Coming up right now on Root Sports, Astros facing the Rangers, and we talk a lot about the top three in this lineup. Let's talk about the cleanup hitter today, Evan Gattis, in that spot, who is a career .350 hitter off the lefty Cole Hamels, has 3 big home runs. It's a great matchup to watch for tonight. 2 of those home runs, we'd have to go way back to show them, but we want to because they were absolute monster shots. Going back to September of 2013, Gattis was with the Braves, Hamels was with the Phillies. Gattis recorded the longest homer of the season that year, 486 feet. It was also the longest home run in the history of Citizens Bank Park. Later in that game, he had another 400-plus foot home run off Hamel, but he also flew out to the warning track. So Hamels, after that game, said, it felt like I had a golf ball and he had a club that game. He should be entered in a strongest man competition. Well, he homered off him again this year, May 22nd, in that final game of the series. Astros lost, but it's got to get in Cole Hamels' head a little bit that this guy is in the book a few times for Gattis. And I'm going to send it up to Kevin with more.
Julia, thank you very much. And yeah, Cole Hamels is a guy that will be keeping a close eye, as you said, on Evan Gattis, the native of the Dallas area. Southwest Airlines starting lineup looks like this, as George Springer will be leading it off. He's the designated hitter tonight, followed by Altuve, the 2-hitter at second base. Carlos Correa is at short, batting third. Evan Gattis, Colby Rasmus, and Marwin Gonzalez, the middle three. Marwin at third base tonight. Carlos Gomez gets the start in center. Tyler White is at first, and Jake Marisnick in right field as George Springer steps in against Cole Hamels. The Astros 28-31, the Texas Rangers 35-22, currently in first place in the American League West. Their largest lead of the season, a 4-game lead on the Seattle Mariners, and that's in for a strike, 0-1. Springer back in that leadoff spot where the Astros really took off once he became the leadoff man, and he's quickly behind in the count, 0-2. 0 for 5 with a run scored last night. Springer, a .282 hitter, 13 home runs, 36 runs batted in. That's outside a ball. Springer's 8-game hitting streak ended last night. That's inside. The count is even at 2-2. 91 degrees the temperature at game time. It's the 8th meeting of the season between the Astros and the Texas Rangers, and it has been all Texas. Rangers 7-0 thus far against Houston. Winners last night, 6-5. That one popped up into center field. Should be easy for Ian Desmond, and it is, and there's one away.
We'll get a chance to take a look at left-hander Cole Hamels going for the Texas Rangers this evening. Saw all of his pitches against George Springer. He started him off with the cutter, changeup, fastball. Also has a curveball that's been successful for him, making his 12th start. Good news. Last 5 games, .422 ERA. He's given up 11 home runs to right-handers. Lefties are having a tough time with him this year.
Well, this Astro right-hander went deep last night. Jose Altuve hit his 10th home run of the season, went opposite field, 3-run home run, tied it at 3, and he takes strike 1. Altuve, what a run. 336, 10 homers. This one hit on the field, hit on the ground to Andrus. One hopper and throws across. The Profar is playing at first base for the first time in his career, and there's 2 away.
It'll be interesting to see how Profar handles it. A good athlete, but playing first base is an entirely different animal. A lot of thought process, a lot of footwork. Saw some issues last night with Marwin Gonzalez over there at first base.
There's Carlos Correa. 0 for 4 last night. You see the numbers in 58 games, .262. There's a swing and a miss. Now that's something that Hamels has been more of, it seems as though in the last couple of years, more of a swing and miss guy. What is he, 72 strikeouts this season and about 69 innings pitched.
He's got good stuff. I think the velocity's jumped back up for him a little bit too. The cutter at 90, but his heater, he can touch 94, 95 when he needs to.
Had a walk and scored last night. Not much success against Cole Hamels, just 1 for 11. That's inside a ball. Paul Emmel calls the balls and strikes. Pat Holberg is at first base. Mark Carlson is the second base umpire, and Quinn Walcott is at third. This is the second game of a 4-game series between the Astros and the Texas Rangers. That one hit on the ground up the middle. Odor throws across, and the Astros go down quietly in the first with the Rangers coming to bat. order in the top half of the first inning. Texas Rangers will line it up like this as Profar leads it off, followed by Ian Desmond. Omar Mazzara in the 3-hole. Beltre, Odor, and Fielder. Rua, Andrus, and Bobby Wilson will be behind the plate as he hits 9th. Dallas Keuchel on the mound for the Astros. Well, Dallas, again, making the 28-year-old making his 13th start of the season.
Yes, he is. He's looked good in his last couple starts. Got the loss in that last game.
Profar first pitch swinging when this one comes down. Tyler White will make it 1 away.
Last time Keuchel was out there, he actually qualified for a quality start, going six innings, giving up 3 earned runs. That start in LA is where we really felt that Dallas Keuchel pitched like the normal Dallas Keuchel. Had good command of that fastball just off the edges. Got some guys to chase, got plenty of ground balls. But it's that one big inning these guys were talking about in the open have been the demise of Dallas Keuchel, looking to change things around here at Globe Life Park, where he has a career 6.75 ERA.
Just a little over 2.5 runs of run support for Dallas Keuchel. I think that changes at all the way a guy approaches, or are you just going out there to get guys out?
I think everything they're going to say to us is going to say they're going to go out there and get outs and do what they can and not worry about the offense. But in the back of their mind, what they're not telling you is that, yeah, they realize that some nights they have to be perfect. It's not an easy mentality to take to the mound, especially against a ball club like the Rangers here at Globe Life.
1-1 to Ian Desmond, who's hit 12 of his last 14 games. He's played really well for this Texas Rangers club. But then again, you can say that for a lot of different guys in blue uniforms tonight. He's hit .406 in 12 of his last 14 games he has hit. Take a look at those numbers. Last 33 is when he has really turned it on, and an off-speed pitch, and Keuchel is ahead 1-2, make it 2-2. At .352 average in those last 33 games. After a slow start to the season for Ian Desmond, the on-base percentage way up, as is the slugging. The 2-2. Ring him up, strike 3.
Get a chance. We're going to look at our Ford spray chart. It has to do with the guy coming to the plate right now, Nomar Mazara, in 2016. On the left, you're going to see hot and cold zones. On the right, you're going to see where those base hits are going. Left-hander, big guy, likes to get those arms extended. You can see all those hot zones, middle and away. Therefore, the hits going up the middle the other way. But look to see if Dallas Keuchel can abuse some of those colder spots with the blue squares.
That is a man that could fill up a batter's box. Look at that.
He's a big boy.
Yes, he is. Turned 21 in April, made his debut at the age of 20 on April 10th. Got 3 hits against Anaheim and hadn't really stopped since. Outside of ball, 1-1.
Yeah, we were talking about it last night, how he kind of created his own opportunity with Josh Hamilton going on the DL, and I think they've forgotten about Josh Hamilton a little bit except on the 1st and 15th of every month.
319 with 10 and 27. That'll get it done. 10 homers, 27 runs batted in, and a 319 average. Nomar Mazzara, that's off the outside corner. 2-2. Look at the numbers. Still very solid against left-handers.
Absolutely.
This is for a 21-year-old.
Yep, exactly. For a rookie, those are great numbers.
And Keuchel gets him to swing at Keichel's pitch, and Keuchel strikes out 2 as the Rangers go down quietly. We go to the second, scoreless.
between the Astros and Rangers. Come celebrate your birthday the Astros way. Cheer on the Astros while throwing a birthday party at Minute Maid Park. For more information, visit Astros.com or call 713-259-8996. May 22nd, Evan Gattis. This is off Cole Hamels at Minute Maid Park. Continues just to wreak havoc on Cole Hamels' pitches. What's crazy to me is he's leaving absolutely no doubt that these balls are getting out of the ballpark.
Swinging a foul at the plate for Evan Gattis, who leads it off here in the second. Gattis, a Dallas native, grew up here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. 0-1. 7 for 20 in those 3 home runs. It's Cole Hamels. A little heat there, and it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Hit on the ground. Beltre throws across, and there's one away. With one out, that'll bring up Colby and Rasmus. An economy of pitches thus far for Cole Hamels. I think they can say goodbye to the 80s here in Arlington, Texas. It's going to start heating up in a hurry. 90 degrees today, 91 here at first pitch. The ball starts to fly when it heats up here at this ballpark. That's inside for a ball. Rasmus, a .223 hitter.
So you're pretty excited about the Astros Thursday day game here?
Be a little bit toasty.
Just a little bit.
That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Alan Ashby. I would tweet out what's wrong with Alan, but I can't spell laryngitis. So
that's a tough one.
Yeah, I know.
You need autocorrect on there.
Alan will be back soon. Brownie had a family commitment. Go to the bullpen, and happy to be here for tonight. That's low, a ball. 2-1. Wins have been few and far between here at Globe Life Park.
And that's a rarity.
A swing and a miss. Fastball, 2-2.
Last night, Colby Lewis trying to get in the kitchen of Colby Rasmus. Hit about 3 or 4 home runs foul, but they just continue to pound Colby on the inside corner.
Pitched him well. Had a plan and executed it. Fouled off.
Give you a good look at that. Those pitches that they are throwing to Colby on the MD Anderson strike zone.
Colby did go 1 for 5 last night with a walk. That's high a ball. 3-2.
RBI single for Colby last night, too. Big hit.
Stolen base as well. Thanks to the replay. They got it right.
Yep.
Reversed the call. Here's the 3-2 offering. Profar gets it over to Hamels. And for his first time at first base in the big leagues, makes an outstanding defensive play.
Well, Colby tested him with a bullet. Sometimes when you're playing a new position, you just want somebody to hit a shot, so you just react instead of having to think about the technique. Does a good job of getting that glove out there, as you can see on Supermo, brought to you by Mattress Firm. He's got the quickness and the athleticism to get up and make a nice strike to Cole Hamels covering. Good play.
Profar just 23 years old. Again, he's a guy that came up and they weren't able to send him back down. He just keeps on hitting. Marwin fooled on that one. 0-1. Marwin started at first base last night. Gets the start at third tonight. Here in the top of the second inning. That's a lower ball. Marwin has been good against lefties as far as the power numbers this season. 5 doubles. He's had a couple of home runs. That goes against the grain as far as his career numbers. That's in there for a strike because career-wise, only 8 of his 28 home runs have come against left-handed pitchers.
A lot of times for switch hitters, it's more about opportunity. And I feel that there's 75% of my ABs were on that left-handed side.
That one ripped in for a single. And Marwin is on with a 2-out knock.
Solid piece of hitting on that right-handed side for Marwin. It's tough as a switch hitter to get those consistent ABs on the right-handed side. Then you add on top of it, you're a part-time role player like Marwin is. Right here gets on top of a high heater from Cole Hamels. First knock of the night for the Astros.
There's Carlos Gomez. 186, a home run came the other day at Minute Maid Park. 6 runs batted in. Batting in the 7 hole tonight. It's inside a ball. Since coming off the disabled list, Carlos has hit in 3 of the 5 games since coming off the DL. Goes without saying, it's been a struggle for him this season. That's in for a strike. Two outs here in the second. Marwin with a 2-out single leads away from first base. He's going. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Bobby Wilson, and Marwin will go into second base with a stolen base.
Don't see that too often.
Nope. Picked a good time to go.
Real good time to go. It's first move right there. As soon as he saw that right leg of Hamels going up, Marwin was off to the races.
Just the 7th stolen base this season for Marwin Gonzalez. Now he's in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch. That one ball is hit deep to left field. And it is out of here. Carlos Gomez with his 2nd home run in a week. And he makes it 2-0 Astros.
That is a good sign. Runs on the board early for the Houston Astros.
And with 2 outs.
2-out RBIs are delicious.
It's been such a chore for this team here in this ballpark. Seems like they're pushing the rock uphill each and every night, giving up crooked numbers in the 1st inning. Instead, the Astros strike first here. It's Tyler White.
Eschenfelder 2, Rangers nothing.
So Marwin is single, Carlos Gomez 2-run home run, all coming with 2 outs, and the Astros lead 2-0. That's inside a ball. Evens accounted 1-1 for Tyler White. Getting the start tonight at first base. That's a ball, 2-1. It took Gomez about 145 plate appearances to get his first home run. Now he gets his 2nd home run in less than a week. That one fouled over into the net along the right side.
Like a big curveball coming right back into the barrel of Carlos Gomez. Saw a little bit of a bat flip last night. This one, he deserved it. Got all of this one. It's good to see Astros scoring early.
That one almost hit him. 3-2.
Tyler White's got a page in his book for Cole Hamels. Got him.
And Tyler White will step out. Cole Hamels, his 11th major league season, the 32-year-old. Now the Astros will have the 17th pick coming up in the draft on Thursday. Cole Hamels was a 17th overall pick. Philadelphia Phillies. It was back in 2002.
Oh.
Couldn't make the play.
Terrible. She was in great position too. Just got lazy with her feet. Come on, Sue Ellen.
Sue Ellen. Pulled a string there, and the changeup got him. But the Astros put a pair on the board thanks to a 2-run home run by Carlos Gomez. 2 runs on 2 hits, nobody left. And the Astros lead Texas 2-0. The 2-run home run has given these gentlemen something to cheer about. See, going to win tonight.
I like it. That's all we needed, some reassurance.
He called it. Adrian Beltre leads off here in the 2nd inning. Beltre, a .272 hitter, 10 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Last night, he was the poster child for things going wrong for the Astros. Reached out on an 0-2 pitch, just barely got a piece of it, and hit about an 8-hopper into left field.
That whole play was in slow motion. I couldn't believe Luis Valbuena couldn't get there, but a lot. Hey, there you go. Another CNI base hit.
That one got through in a hurry, and Beltre is aboard with a leadoff single to bring up Rougned Odor.
Biggest thing for Astros pitching in this ballpark, or just against the Rangers, period, is to have your offense score those 2 runs and be able to come back and have that shutdown inning and put up a goose egg to get your offense back in there with that lead intact.
It's been a much different Dallas Keuchel last 2 times out. Thursday against Arizona, he just got out-pitched by Zach Greinke, who came out, a great pitcher who pitched great. Gave up those 3 runs in the 7th inning without retiring a batter. Got beat 3-0. Went 7 innings against Anaheim before that to get his 3rd win of the season. Now facing Rougned Odor, who don't let the side of the plate that he's hitting from fool you, because he is good against left-handed pitchers. Squared around like he wanted a bunt. Takes a strike. Seven games, 7 wins for the Texas Rangers.
I think somebody on Twitter was picking on me.
What'd they say? Anything good?
They spelled laryngitis correctly, but it was due to the autocorrect. Thank goodness for technology, huh?
Look at that against lefties. .310 hitter against left-handers.
60 points higher than his against right-handers.
You know, his 7-game suspension in a roundabout way worked out well for this club, because the way Jurickson Profar has played, Profar came up when he went on to serve his suspension. All Profar's done is hit .370 since he's been here. They couldn't send him back down. That one fouled off. Count remains 2-2.
And all the acclaim that Profar got, signing with the Texas Rangers, being one of those top prospect types. We were a little disappointed early on in his career, but this time around he's impressed and he's stuck around a little bit. Now Bannister Has to find ways to get him into the lineup, playing first base tonight.
Good off-speed offering there, and Keuchel gets the strikeout. Third strikeout of the game, and there's one away.
Good slider from Keuchel. And yes, I said slider, even though it was at 78 miles an hour. That's what Dallas Keuchel likes to call it. He just changes the speed on it and the break. There's Sue Ellen. Somebody is onto it. Somebody has figured out the recipe. Well done.
In there for a strike. The hidden meanings.
Yep.
You gotta pay attention to keep up with you.
Man, I gotta mix up the program now.
Well, Prince Fielder continuing to struggle at 193, but did have a couple of hits last night. 193 for Fielder, 3 homers, 29 runs batted in. While the numbers don't say so this season, this is a guy that can just flat hit. That's high a ball.
Yeah, he has always been a run producer. And
you
he can hit. He can go the other way, up the middle, pull the ball.
That's a big sample size, too. The 136 games, a 304 hitter, 30 home runs. A lot of those against as a Milwaukee Brewer.
Yeah, that NL Central for a long time.
You get a strikeout there, and there's 2 away.
Another good slider from Dallas Keuchel. Around that 77, 78 mile an hour. Good break on it. Kind of a sweeper.
17th career start against Texas for Keuchel as Ryan Rua steps in, the 292 hitter. See the numbers that he's put up in the last 11 games, a 400 hitter. Beltre led off the inning with a solid single to left field. Since then, Odor and Prince Fielder have gone down on strikes. That one fouled off on the right side.
Oh, Pamela has
that
a
was
better
solid.
opportunity. Yeah.
See.
Wow, she's not giving it away.
She's waiting for the right person. There he is.
Oh,
there you go.
Good move.
One and one with 2 outs to Ryan Rua. That's in there for a strike. Albeit we're early in this game, but Dallas Keuchel has been working ahead. That's good to see early on in this ball game.
It really is, and it's that fastball command, but he's also used a couple of off-speed pitches to get ahead early too.
Just missed, they ask, and palms down. See where that pitch was.
Hey, catching corners.
Here's the 2-2. That one fouled off on the right side. Rua 0 for 4 last night. Just saw the numbers. 400 hitter those last 11 games. Gets to start tonight in left field. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Well, that'll be ball 3 as the count goes full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Beltre going with the pitch, and that one is hammered into left field. Just fair. Beltre coming around third. He will score on an RBI 2-out double by Ryan Rua.
Big 2-out RBI from Rua.
All 3 runs scored in this game have come with 2 outs.
Like a slider that didn't really slide, didn't create much depth, kind of stayed on the same plane, but credit Rua for staying in the zone long enough to barrel that up and get a line drive over Marwin's head. That corner in left field here at Globe Life has always created all kinds of issues.
That's second straight night that Adrian Beltre has been able to score a big run from first base on a double that was hit down in that corner. Last night it was the game winner. Elvis Andrus takes ball 1. Andrus hitting .289 with a couple of home runs, 21 runs batted in. .234 hitter in his career against Dallas Keuchel. That's in there for a strike. Going back to the off-speed pitch. Adrian Beltre's run more in the last 2 nights.
He's got to be exhausted.
Michael gets that sweeper to come in. There's the 1-1. Got a swing and a miss. 1-2.
It's amazing. Even up in the zone, still able to get that pitch past Elvis Andrus.
It doesn't hold still, does it?
No.
There's the 1-2. That's off the plate of ball. Andrus, a cornerstone for this franchise at shortstop ever since he came over from the Atlanta Braves in the Mark Teixeira deal. Seems like that was 100 years ago. It was 2007. Tough play for Marwin. Throws across and got him. What a play by Marwin Gonzalez. But the Rangers cut the lead in half. An RBI double by Ryan Rua, and it's 2-1 after 2. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Lexus. The new 2016 Lexus ES and ES Hybrid. It's the next level of luxury. And by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Back here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Astros on a 2-run home run by Carlos Gomez, leading the Texas Rangers 2-1 as we go to the 3rd inning. Jake Marisnick facing Cole Hamels. Fouls that one off to the right side. Jake, a 183 hitter. 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. Has hit safely in 10 of his last 15 games. Here's the 0-1. It's in there for a strike. Swing and a miss, got him on 3 pitches. Cole Hamels, last couple of times out, it's been a mixed bag. Last time out, very strong, 7 innings of 3-run, 6-hit baseball at Cleveland. It was a 5-4 loss, but before that, he lasted just 4 2/3. That was here against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was back on May 27th. Gave up 5 earned runs in that outing on 8 hits against the Buccos. Actually, the Rangers have a lower ERA on the road. They score more runs here, but a lower ERA on the road. It's a hitter's ballpark. It stands to reason. George Springer, that's up and away. Springer flied out to center field to start the ball game. He's now 0 for his last 10 after that 8-game hitting streak. Making his 62nd career start in the leadoff spot. 308 hitter as a leadoff man coming into this game with a 384 on base percentage. There's a swing and a miss.
I like it.
Yep, swinging 3-0, the green light.
That's one of the few counts this day and age you actually know you're going to get a fastball within the strike zone. So often we see 2-0 counts and 3-1 counts. It used to be fastball counts. Now the pitchers are going to their secondary pitches.
That one fouled off. And if you're going to swing 3-0, that's the way you want to see a guy swing 3-0, right?
Let it eat.
Take a look at those numbers. Last 3 outings for Cole Hamels. So the 3rd outing since that told you about those 2 against Cleveland and Pittsburgh. One before that was against the Astros. That was that Sunday game that Rangers put it on the Astros pretty good and completed the sweep at Minute Maid Park. That's inside a ball. And Astros have a man aboard, a 1-out walk to George Springer. Brings up Jose Altuve.
Houston Methodist brings us our league leaders. Strikeout percentage lowest in Major League Baseball. Jose Altuve, of course, on top of that list. Even as much as he swings, he really doesn't get to too many 2-strike counts. Even when he does, he still has the ability to put the ball in play. Adrian Beltre, power hitter on that list.
Just watching him last night, just the array of things he brings to a team. 3-run home run going opposite field, almost a top spin lob that he able to reach out, hook something into left field for a hit. Grabbed a line drive that was going into center field that really could have turned that 3-run first inning. It could have gotten really nasty in a hurry had he not made that play.
Yeah, Brownie and I were talking about off air that the Astros ended up winning that ball game last night. That might have been the turning point in that game, is actually turning the off switch on that first inning where the Rangers were just getting those 3 runs early. And we'll take a look back at it right here. Elvis Andrus up, a couple of guys on first and third, but Jose Altuve laying out, making an unbelievable diving catch in a key moment, even though it was the first inning.
That's high ball. You know, and you thought about it too, and off the bat you thought that's a dying quail into center field, and it's just gotten worse.
One of the few balls put in play that was caught by the Astros against the Rangers.
A lot of attention being paid to George Springer there at first base. That's outside a ball. Altuve ahead in the count 2-0, and you're really seeing, I think, what's been a huge difference for Jose Altuve. Instead of an incredible ability to hit, 3 for 9 in his stolen base attempts for George Springer. Has been caught 6 times. But Altuve's ability to mature as a hitter from the standpoint of swinging at hitters' pitches, it's made a remarkable difference in what he's been able to do.
No, I think that's a credit to how many home runs he has so early, is because he's not chasing as many pitches.
Could be a double play ball here. Andrus throws over, and they get the double play, and that will end it in the 3rd. Astros get a walk, but a double play ball gets him out of it. After 2.5, it's 2-1.
Visit astros.com/fireworks or call 1-877-9-ASTROS. Keuchel back to work, looking to go 3 straight quality starts. That would be for the first time this season, too. AJ talked about him yesterday, saying that we need this guy to be consistent in order for this team to be good. Last year, the starting rotation, they were really reliable, and they were good when they were getting the quality start and handing the ball off to the next guy, and they need that, and it all starts with this guy on the mound right here, Dallas Keuchel. John?
Funny how it works out that way. When you get 7 strong out of your starter, that bullpen team tends to fall into place.
Makes everybody's job a little bit easier. The roles are a little more defined when those pitchers go deep. AJ Hinch can actually make a move where he wants to instead of trying to create roles.
The numbers on Bobby Wilson: 269, 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. That's inside a ball. 2-1. He leads off here in the 3rd inning. The Astros leading it 2-1. Houston getting its 2 runs on Carlos Gomez, 2nd home run of the season. Texas bounced right back. RBI double, 2-out RBI double by Ryan Rua. Scored Adrian Beltre. That's where we are, 2-1. An eventful 2nd inning here at Globe Life Park. There's a single ripped into left field. Bobby Rasmus plays it on a hop. This pitching performance is powered by Kubota. Dallas Keuchel, first career complete game shutout. It came in 2014, May 13th to be exact, against the Texas Rangers. Pitching performance powered by Kubota. One of those days when you get a really good pitcher that is on top of his game.
Slider was so sharp that day.
There's a Matt Dominguez sighting in that.
Sure was.
Here's Jurickson Profar, the leadoff man. Now, Profar, as I said, he was called up on May 27th when Odor was suspended for the 7 games. He has hit in all 10 games. He led off last night's game with a triple, later would score. Just 23 years old. There's certain guys that you, whether it's their name or whatever the case may be, and that's a single up the middle. And the Rangers have something going here in the 3rd. And you have heard about Profar in the minor leagues for a long time. A lot of that had to do with the fact that he made his debut at the age of 19. He's just 23. Seems like he's been around forever.
Yeah, you definitely heard the name quite a bit. Sneaks this one back up the middle. The track here at Globe Life, it plays pretty quick. You get a good firm ground ball on the infield, it's going to take off a little bit. Able to sneak that past the diving Altuve.
So back-to-back singles to start off here in the 3rd. Ian Desmond struck out looking back in the 1st inning. Keuchel trying to pitch out of trouble here. That's way outside a ball. Desmond had a couple of knocks last night. Right back to Keuchel, the comebacker. 1 to 6 to 3, the double play. And just like that, you go from having 2 on and nobody out to a runner at 3rd and 2 outs. The gold glove shining that time for Dallas Keuchel. Right back to him.
Such an asset for a ball club to have a guy like Dallas Keuchel out there who wants to field his position. What I love is that he makes the catch, surveys the situation, understands there's no panic, makes a good strong throw to Correa to complete that double play. Beautiful.
Now you got to get Nomar Mazara. But it's tough at the top of this lineup, breaking balls in there for a strike.
See the catch? Knew exactly what to do with it when that ball was hit to him. Didn't worry about that runner going to 3rd. Knew the double play was the play that needed to be made.
Notice how he collected himself as well. That ball is hit and hit well. Gomez going back, looking up, and makes the catch on the warning track. And he slams into the wall. Mazara gave it a ride, but not enough. And the Rangers get a couple of hits, had 2 men on and nobody out. But the Astros survive 2-1 at the end of 30.
time for our Chevy Stroh poll. Make sure to go to the Root Sports SW Twitter page to vote. Which recent Correa walk-off go-ahead is your favorite? Was it the 13th inning walk-off single against Baltimore, May 24th? Was it the pinch hit 3-run home run to put the Astros ahead of the Angels and eventually win that one? Or was it the recent one against the A's when they swept those guys? A walk-off single there. He's been coming up with some pretty big hits, and he's leading off the sitting, Kevin.
Love those hits. I just wish they wouldn't come in extra innings.
You and me both.
Let's do it in the bottom of the 8th inning at home.
I would say you're hanging around for those, and it seems like every game I'm calling, they're spoiling me with a couple extra innings every now and then. Yeah, you at least get to hang out, have a pizza, watch a movie. Those extra inning games, don't you?
No, I do not.
You're watching every single pitch.
I'm grinding. I'm grinding, Blum.
I'm glad to hear it.
Breaking down numbers.
You're with us.
I am there. 2 balls and a strike to Carlos Correa. Carlos grounded out to second his first at bat, working him inside again, and it's 3-1. You go back on Cole Hamels, a guy that the Astros have seen plenty of course, is the Philadelphia Phillies. Made the trade right there before the trade deadline last season. Came over to the Texas Rangers. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out with he and Yu Darvish, who we will see tomorrow in that starting rotation for the Texas Rangers. There's some more numbers on him. Those last 30 days. You take these numbers and what do you decipher from these numbers?
Well, I think it goes to what you were talking about as far as the strikeouts being a little bit higher this year for Cole Hamels. That missed percentage with 2 strikes, 3rd best in Major League Baseball. But I think he's created that cutter. He's got a good changeup, but it's also that curveball that he's throwing a little more often in those 2 strike counts.
It's his 14th career start against the Houston Astros. Evan Gattis 0 for 1, grounded out back in the 2nd inning. 241 hitter. He was on quite a home run roll. That was, again, he had 3 games in a row in which he homered. 4 out of 5 last week. That's in there for a strike. Talked about that 3rd time back. That was Cole Hamels that was on the mound on that 9-2 game at Minute Maid Park. His mound opponent in that game was Dallas Keuchel. That one swung on and hit hard to Beltre. Go around the horn. Double play. 5-4-3 started by Beltre, turned nicely by Odor, and Profar with the scoop at first base.
Ball was hit hard from Evan Gattis, but hit it to the wrong guy. Adrian Beltre, perennial Gold Glover over there at 3rd base. Good turn by Odor, and how about the splits by Profar for the first time over there at first base? Not too bad. It's actually good position by Odor on that turn also.
It's not that easy.
No, that should not be that easy.
Blummer, you could get into that position. It's getting out of it, I would think, would be the...
Yeah, and the 3 days after.
Colby Rasmus takes ball 1. Profar just 23 years old. In his first start ever at first base. When you hit 370, they'll find a place to put you.
Have bat will travel.
Rasmus grounded out to first base, pulled one on the ground to Profar in that 2nd inning. It's in there for a strike. 2-1. Astros have lost 11 in a row here at this ballpark. There's a swing and a miss, back in the count at 2-2.
Maybe the Astros are leading the charge at City Council to get that new stadium built.
There's talk of it. That will come on the ballot in November. It will be voted. This is a beautiful ballpark.
It is. I agree.
It is a gorgeous ballpark. That's outside of ball. It gets roasting hot in here in the summer. These North Texas summers can be brutal. And it's on the ballot that they would like to build taxpayers are going to have to vote on it, but they will have to build a dome stadium, or at least a retractable roof type stadium here right next to this ballpark. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. After 3.5, it's 2-1 Houston. Right now as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, Carlos Gomez with that 2-run home run has the Astros on top. That's what you will see in both ballparks. Whether you're at Minute Maid Park, you'll see a lot of folks in Texas Rangers gear. You see the exact same thing here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Dallas Keuchel in to work the bottom of the 4th inning. Adrian Beltre, who led off back in the 2nd inning with a single, would score on Ryan Rua's 2-out double. That one hit hard right at Correa. Not sure if Correa caught it or it caught him.
Yeah, sometimes that ball will just find a way in your glove, thankfully, and stick. Might have been one of those moments. Must be a good look at it. Getting there in a hurry.
What a couple of good swings by Adrian Beltre. 1 out for Rougned Odor. Odor did something you rarely see last night. He drove in 3 runs, but he did it in 3 separate at-bats.
It's a good night. Game winner last night.
Yep. I mean,
reached on a pitch way out of the zone too, and just went the other way with it.
Yeah, sometimes just see Altuve had the 3-run home run, but to come up with the 3 runs batted in like he did last night. Had the solo home run in the 3rd. He had a sacrifice fly with an RBI in the 7th, and then the game winner, the RBI double in the 9th. Fouled into the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 4th inning. Astros leading 2-1. A little off-speed job, and Altuve will throw Odor out. Don't waste any time there. Odor gets down the line. There's 2 away here in the 4th. Reds Fielder, the designated hitter tonight. Well, Fielder, who has struggled mightily, sat in a couple of games, and that's when Profar DH'd over the weekend against the Seattle Mariners. Rangers swept the Mariners leading into this series. He came in tied atop the West and left 3 games back. Now the Rangers with their largest lead of the season in the American League West. They have a 4-game lead on Texas. Fielder 192, did get a couple of knocks last night. Two singles last night, including an RBI in the 1st inning. That's in there for a strike. You know, Jeff, it's a fickle game, and it's one which you look at a guy when fielders swinging the bat well, you wonder how you're ever going to get him out. And then when he's in a situation like this, you wonder how could he be hitting under 200.
Well, and I think you can see some of the adjustments being made. He has taken away that leg kick in the front, just kind of getting up on the front edge of that toe as a trigger to get his swing ready. So he's already trying to experiment with different things, taking that leg kick out of that situation that he has. He usually has been one of those guys in the past that would use the toe step to get the weight back on that back leg and get ready to drive through the baseball. But now watch him get up on that front toe.
That's a way of ball and not offering at it.
But again, when things start getting a little crazy and there's too many parts moving in your swing, you have a tendency to try and simplify things, and I think that's what Prince is trying to do, because if you take that leg kick and all that movement out, the head stays a little bit stiller and you're going to see the ball a little bit longer.
2-2, just missed off the outside corner. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the fourth. Swing and a miss, and Keuchel gets the strikeout. But through 4, 2-1 Houston. Baseball on Root Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. By Academy Sports and Outdoors, donating $100 for each Astros home run and $200 for each Correa home run to Houston Children's Charities. And by Jack in the Box, the Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack is back. Taste it before it's gone at Jack in the Box. Astros try to taste victory for the first time in a long time here at Globe Life Park in Arlington as Marwin Gonzalez leads off here in the 5th. Kevin Eschenfelder and Jeff Blum with you. Sitting in tonight for Alan Ashby, who's still on the mend. He should be back in the next couple of days. Cole Hamels working here in the 5th, and Marwin hits that one well but pulled foul.
Pretty good jolt.
Yes, it was. These are 2 of the best teams since May 1st. You look at the American League. Texas 21-12. Cleveland has been on a roll. They've been 22-13, and the Astros 21-13.
Indians are a scary team for me because of their pitching. If they could get one more bat and eventually get Michael Brantley back in that lineup, my goodness.
A reach for the off-speed pitch there and hits it into left. Ryan Rua puts it away, and there's 1 out.
Oh yeah, the force comes to Houston on Friday, June 17th for Star Wars night. Fans can dress like their favorite characters, and anyone with the special Star Wars ticket package picks up a Jedi Council triple bobblehead featuring Altuve, Correa, and Keuchel. For more information, visit Astros.com/Star Wars or call 1-877-9-ASTROS. I'm going to be there. I'm going.
Chewy, our broadcaster, big fan. He says
You don't know
hello.
it, but that's Ashby inside the Chewbacca costume.
Was that the scratchy voice?
That's the reason for it, yeah.
Gotcha.
He's got a great Chewbacca.
We need to get him to work that out. Work it into the broadcast from time to time.
Could be his home run call.
Carlos Gomez, 2-run home run. He's been the difference in this ball game. And now he drops down the bunt. That's foul. Never know what you're going to get. Goes yard in his last at bat, drops one down in this at bat.
So what you're saying is he is the box of chocolates for the Houston Astros.
You could say that.
Never know what you're going to get.
One out here in the 5th inning. Last night the Astros had their 4-game winning streak snapped. That ball's inside. That was a 4-game road winning streak in which obviously this is a team that had struggled on the road, but they had put together some good games. They are now 11-17 away from Minute Maid Park. Texas 22-9 here at home. And they're on a franchise historic pace right now. They've won 9 straight series here at home. That's the most in this ballpark and the most since the last year of the ballpark in Arlington.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there that are probably sparking to life here at Globe Life Ballpark. There's always been that theory. A lot of catchers will come in here, put down signs, and immediately look to the signs and all the lighting out in center field, trying to figure out if somebody's tipping the hitters here for the Texas Rangers.
I'd never heard that.
Oh yeah.
Well, Gomez aboard with a 1-out walk.
It's
Really?
clubhouse conspiracy theories right there for you. Why are we getting hit so bad? Somebody's got to be tipping them off.
That one hit to right. Gomez is going to have to get back. Azar makes the play. Gomez gets back, and there's 2 away. Was it the Polo Grounds that was famous for it, or Ebbets Field?
It was one of the, yeah, in New York, yeah.
And there's a lot of different ways. Players can, whether it's the different ways of being able to look in. The guy at second base, you want to know location. And
there's plenty of ways to give those signs away. Yeah.
Put your batting gloves in one hand or the other.
You got the bullpens are close to center field, so they get a pretty good look if you had a set of binoculars out there. When you have that guy leaning up against the wall, if he's leaning on his right arm, it's a fastball. If he turns around, leans on his left arm, it's an off-speed pitch. Guys are sneaky. Any advantage you can get in this game, these guys are going to try and get it.
There's a throw over. Gomez was going on the pitch that was Tyler White hit in the air to right field.
Yeah, Cole Hamels hasn't really shown us a great move to first base, but Marwin Gonzalez stole a base earlier in this game on that first move. And on that first pitch of that at bat, Carlos Gomez was going on that first move. So wonder if the Astros have something on Cole Hamels, a tendency, or maybe they have the ability to peek in on Bobby Wilson's signs from first base.
The 1-0 pitch to Marisnik. It's outside 2-0. Well, the Rangers back on May 23rd. They lost to the Angels. They were a game and a half back in the division. Since then, they have gone 10-2. They've won 10 out of 12. They took a game and a half deficit to a 4-game lead. Now it's 3-0. Nine-hole hitter here. George Springer waits on deck. Gomez leads away from first base. And he walked him. Cole Hamels light. So the 2-out walk will turn it over to George Springer.
The Astros Road Ahead is brought to you by DeMontron. 2 more here in Texas. That Thursday will be a day game, getaway day. Taking them into Tampa Bay over the weekend in Tropicana Field. Day off in beautiful St. Louis. I like to call those golf days. And then just a 2-game set against the old NL Central foes, St. Louis Cardinals.
Cincinnati Reds.
Back home for a day off, and then a Cincinnati Reds, Los Angeles Angels back on the road again.
Well, now 2 on for George Springer. Tampa Bay playing better baseball. I want to talk it over at the mound.
There are a lot of conversations going on right now.
Well, he walked Marisnik on 4 pitches. It's his 4th walk of the game. A good man right there. He co-hosted a couple of pre-games with me last year.
That must have been a good time. Doug Brocail is never a dull moment. If I ever have questions about meetings at the mounds or pitcher etiquette on the mound, somehow Doug Brocail's name always comes up in those stories.
Yeah, if you're looking for someone to sugarcoat the answer, don't ask the question to Doug Brocail. Swung on by Springer. Beltre throws across to end the inning. The Astros got a couple of walks but can't cash in. 2-1 Houston.
The Rangers by 1, bottom of the 5th. 2016 Coca-Cola Astros Buddies memberships are on sale now for only $25. Buddies members get a voucher for 4 tickets to an Astros game, VIP access to kids run the bases, exclusive autograph sessions, and more. Memberships for kids up to 12 years old are available by visiting astros.com/buddies. Kevin.
All right, Julia, thank you very much. Growing up, all my buddies were Astro buddies.
That's good to know.
You'd have an Astro buddy, Bob Watson, Jimmy Wynn, Cesar Cedeno.
Those are good buddies to have.
Back in the day.
I don't think I was good enough to have those buddies.
You're not old enough to have had those buddies.
That's another good point that I didn't want to bring up. But since you did, no, I'm just kidding.
That's all right. Bottom of the 5th inning, Ryan Rua, who drove home Adrian Beltre with a 2-out double. Has Texas on the board. It's 2-1. Houston on top. Carlos Gomez with a 2-run home run. Rua's RBI double came in the 2nd inning. Out on top of that one, tough play for Marwin and made it look easy. 1 down. Elvis Andrus steps to the plate with 1 out here in the 5th inning. Astros on top 2-1. This is game 2 of a 4-game series and a 9-game road trip. 4 in Texas, on to Tampa for 3 and 2 in St. Louis. St. Louis and Cincinnati in the next week. Old school.
A little throwback weekend, huh?
Lou Piniella, Art Howe, honorary managers for that one. Andrus hits that one deep to left. Rasmus back 2 steps in front of the track and makes the play.
Tell you what.
You never know when you hit a ball that way. This ball.
Well, I was going to say there, it's in the gaps here where that ball seems to fly. But getting back to that NL Central competition that we're going to see here coming up pretty soon, how thankful are the Astros not to be in that division anymore?
Well, you could say that for
for
about 29 teams in baseball.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty amazing how good some of those ball clubs are. Of course, it's been the Cardinals for years, but now the Cubs looking to try and set records that the Seattle Mariners did in 2001. 116 wins is their target.
Pirates playing good baseball as well. That one hit deep to center field. Gomez going back, and that's gone. Bobby Wilson, his 3rd home run of the season, ties the game at 2.
All the runs being driven into this game have been with 2 outs. This bottom part of the order for Dallas Keuchel is proving to be an issue. Ryan Rua had the first RBI hit in this game, and now Bobby Wilson steps up and drives one to center field for a solo jack to tie this thing up.
The 2 RBIs coming out of the 7-hole and the 9-hole. And now it turns over to the top of the lineup. Jurickson Profar, who singled in the 3rd inning. Now hit all 11 games in the big leagues this season. That was dead central. It's in there for a strike.
Astros are going to have to find a way to help Dallas Keuchel out. Keep piling on those numbers. They can't just sit on a 2-run jack and expect Dallas Keuchel to shut out every team he faces.
Again, the run support right at about a little above 2.5 runs. Dallas, a native of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So this would be a good road trip from him. People from Tulsa, they can get down to Dallas. They can also get to St. Louis. I guess they can get anywhere, but a little easier.
Modern transportation.
That's a ball, 2-2. Profar, just 23 years old, made his debut back in 2012 at the age of 19. .333 hitter in his career in the leadoff spot. That one flared to right. Tough play from Marisnick,
wow.
And he made the play.
How about you, kid?
Didn't give up on it, and Marisnick into the wall makes the play, and that'll end the inning. But the Rangers tie it on a solo home run. Jake Marisnick flashing some leather. tied it with a solo home run. Academy Sports and Outdoors and the Houston Astros are hitting home runs for Houston. There's one thing about home runs that are making an 8-1 ball game, whether you're ahead or behind. There's another thing, that homers to take the lead when trailing or tied. Jeff Bagwell did it 148 times.
You kidding me?
That's nuts.
Guy.
Biggio 120.
Killer bees on that list.
Yep.
Got to be kidding me, doing some damage in big situations.
Here's Altuve. Backs away from strike one. Altuve hit into a double play right over the bag as Andrus was able to step on the bag and throw over to double him up. That was back in the second inning, make it the third inning, and then back in the first, he grounded out to shortstop. 3-hit night yesterday. Look at this.
Jumping on that Colby Lewis slider. This was the big one right here. He almost, it looked like he set him up for that pitch, but he knew he was going to go deep in that situation to get his ball club in this game.
And that hits Altuve. So Altuve leads off the inning the painful way. That one got him, I believe it got him in the ribs.
Better not be messing with Altuve. Hamels has been pitching inside on both sides, or against both hitters, left and right. Granted, there's only one left-handed hitter in the lineup in Colby Rasmus, but he has been pounding him in. But there's been a lot of cutters and fastballs on that inner third. And the reason Cole Hamels is pitching that way is to try and set up that changeup as we look at the replay on that hit by pitch.
7th hit batsman this season for Cole Hamels. That's in there for a strike. Where did it get him? In the ribs?
Hip. Right in the belt buckle.
Yep.
Popped it.
So Altuve leads away from first. That's ball one. 1-1 to Carlos Correa. Carlos walked in the 4th inning. He was erased on the double play ball.
A good time for Carlos to make some noise right here. Drive in Altuve somehow.
Got in on his hands and fouled back into the screen. Cole Hamels, a native of San Diego. 17th overall pick back in 2002. He'll step off. That's a ball. Correa was hitting 241. He bottomed out at the end of May. Since then, though, 382, double, 3 triples. It's a little inside and low. Home run and 10 runs batted in since that May 28th date. Hamels steps off again. I think the scouting report says make him pay attention to you over there at first base. Carlos Gomez has garnered a lot of attention. George Springer did as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Correa working back into this count.
Yep.
Now we've got some issues. Altuve could be on the run. Don't want to make a mistake to this guy at the plate either.
That one fouled off.
Good changeup in a 3-2 count. Altuve wasn't going.
Astros got a 2-run home run from Carlos Gomez back in the 2nd inning. All 4 runs scored in this game have come with 2 outs. Ryan Rua, RBI double with 2 outs in the 2nd, and Bobby Wilson, his 3rd home run of the season, the solo shot in the 5th inning, and we are tied at 2. Fouled off on the right side.
Pretty good job spoiling some tough pitches in a 3-2 count. That first 3-2 pitch he saw was a changeup. Then Cole Hamels tried to get right in on the hands after that.
Good crowd for tonight's game. A pleasant night here at the ballpark. Again, fouled off on the right side. Carlos doing his part, making sure everybody gets a foul ball tonight.
Crowd pleaser.
Altuve was hit by a pitch to start the inning. And now Correa, the number 3 hitter for the Astros, facing a 3-2 count here. Our first base calling timeout. You can see Pat Hobart saying timeout. Now they'll reset. Correa on the ground. It's a fair ball around the horn, and he's safe at first base. A.J. Hinch looking out because that ball was right over the top of the bag. Third base umpire Quinn Walcott made the call.
Good look, and I think it was
Fair
the right
ball.
call. Yeah,
Yep.
over the bag. Adrian Beltre again. Over there picking it, giving a good feed. Carlos Correa, give him credit, hustling the whole way. How about Profar? Stretch and the pick.
Rangers just did miss their 3rd double play of the night. So Evan Gattis steps in with a man aboard and 1 out. Beltre, even though he's in his 19th big league season, man, he could still pick it at third base.
It is pretty impressive. The crazy thing is, too, is with the DH in the American League, he can play third base as long as he wants, and you still want that bat in the lineup.
Make a play. Just off the hands.
Stop yelling at me. You yelling at me or the fan?
Fan.
Okay.
I would yell at you.
I don't know. Better not.
Tied at 2 in the 6th. A well-played ball game so far. Both teams have stranded 2. Pitchers have been in control. One's inside. Evan Gattis able to hold up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rangers 22-9. That is a 7-10 record here in Arlington. Tied for the best 31-game home mark in club history.
It's a big pitch right here. Given the history between Hamels and Gattis, you know Hamels is going to try and be a little bit. Ooh.
Hitters count. He was swinging too. Flies it lazily into right field though. Mazzara makes the play. Let's go down to Julia Morales.
Thank you, Kevin. It's time for our Geico quote of the day, and we're taking it back a little bit. Colby Rasmus talking about losing to this Rangers team. This was from when they were here the last time. He said it's tough. They've got the magic stick working right now on us, and it looks that way when you watch this game. The balls that seem to find the grass for this Rangers team, and that's how the Astros have felt playing them. Sometimes getting lucky, maybe. They know they need to play better, but they have said things, you know, like how do they find the holes? There's been a lot of that. When you look at the numbers, you see it too, guys.
Sawed off Rasmus here, and Profar will go to the bag. That'll do it for the Astros in the 6th in a 2-2 game.
between the Astros and the Rangers. Follow Astros Baseball live and stay up to the moment with Game Day, live highlights, StatCast, and more with MLB.com at that app. Download the app for your phone or tablet now. Kevin?
All right, Julia, as we get ready to go here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, Ian Desmond steps in, 0 for 2. Struck out in the first and hit into an important, I don't think there's anything such thing as a non-important double play, but a 1-6-3 double play. As the Rangers had 2 men on and nobody out in that 3rd inning. Desmond is one of a baseball dying breed. He is former draft pick of the Montreal Expos, 2004.
It's a great call.
One of the greatest uniforms ever.
They had some good ones.
That one right back up the middle, off of Keuchel, Correa, and he's safe at first.
I think if Tyler White picks this, it's an out.
Ball was blistered right back up the middle, off of Keuchel's glove.
How did Keuchel even get a glove on it? Puts himself in good position, good reaction. Yeah, if that ball's picked, he's out.
Oh, that ball stayed, yeah, it stayed down in Tyler White's defense. You can see the ball stayed down. It's ruled a single. So Ian Desmond is aboard with the leadoff single. You know, you talk about leadoff men on. The Astros losing last night 6-5. The frustration of not being able to take advantage of not only 3 Texas errors, but also the Astros had the leadoff man on in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings.
Yeah, usually those guys come around to score.
I mean, when you talk about putting the leadoff man in that many consecutive innings, that was close at first. You're talking about putting up 8-9 runs.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way it should be.
See the ball stayed down on him a little bit?
Yeah, it did. Caught him in the thumb.
Heel, yep.
Would have been a heck of a play if he was able to come up with it.
The 0-1 in there, 0-2.
And I agree with you. There were plenty of opportunities last night for the Houston Astros to come through big. A couple of big double plays behind Colby Lewis.
You had that. You had left the bases loaded in what was the 5th inning, 6th inning.
Yeah, that 6th inning.
1-2 to Nomar Mazara. Yeah, they left runners on base in the 1st, the 2nd, left a man on in the 4th, 5th, 3 in the 6th, and a runner on in the 7th inning. So plenty of traffic, but not enough crossing the plate. Mazara fouls that one back. Nomar Mazara 0 for 2, struck out in the 1st. Flying out to center field in the 3rd inning. Took Gomez all the way to the wall. It's off the outside corner, 2-2. But they talk about Mazara, is it the Big Chill? That's the nickname for him.
Nice.
Nothing really gets to him. Plays beyond his years as far as the maturity level is concerned. But he is a mature hitter, goes to the plate with a plan. Has been able to execute it. And soaking the man on the mound. Keuchel gets the strikeout. Mazara goes down looking.
Jack in the Box is going to take us inside the box score, and here's some of the numbers in this series against the Rangers since August 3rd of 2015. You see the contact percentage very similar, line drive similar. The big number in the middle is that BABIP and the RISP. Those numbers, there's such a huge discrepancy between those two, and that's why the Rangers are doing so well against the Houston Astros. They're getting lucky to get those hits. They're getting lucky to have those guys on base. Give them credit for putting the barrel on the ball, but they are finding every hole they can when they do put the ball in play. And with those guys on base, they have a tendency to drive them in.
Keuchel now with 6 punch-outs. It's the 2nd one looking, and Beltre fouls this one back. Beltre singled and scored the first run of the game for the Texas Rangers. He'd later come around to score a Brian Ruiz 2-out RBI double. 1 for 2. 274 hitter on the season with 10 home runs and 40 runs batted in. If Keuchel, I knew Beltre, whether it was going to be Keuchel stepping off or Beltre was going to step out.
A little bit of the waiting game going on.
A slide step there, that's in for a strike. 0-2 to Beltre.
That could be effective. You can see it messes up the timing of Adrian Beltre, unable to pull the trigger on that breaking ball.
We saw that with Arizona. Was it Tyler Clippert?
Yeah.
It was really working on that slide step in those 4 games we had against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
What pitchers will like to do, especially Clippert, who had that great changeup, is they'll go to that slide step, and as a hitter, it looks like they're coming quickly to home plate. So you speed your swing and the timing of your swing up a little bit, then they pull the string on an off-speed pitch and catch you out in front. So a little bit of deception with that slide step.
And at the end of the day, it's just a different look that you may not be ready for.
Exactly.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, that one hit up the middle. Correa steps on the bag, the double play. Well, Keuchel gets the double play there. Nobody left after a hit in the inning. Astros and Rangers tied at 2. Presented by the DeMontron Auto Group, and the Astros making the most of a couple of hits. Helps when one leaves the yard. Carlos Gomez, 2nd home run of the season, a 2-run homer. All the runs have been scored so far in this game with 2 outs. Ryan Rua, an RBI double, and Bobby Wilson, his 3rd home run of the season, a solo home run with 2 outs in the 5th inning. And the Rangers lead the Astros 2-2. And so far, these 2 pitchers have been in control. Dallas Keuchel and Cole Hamels. Marwin leads it off here in the 7th. It's 1-0. Marwin getting the start tonight here at 3rd base. Marwin singled back in the 2nd inning, 1 for 2. He scored on Carlos Gomez's 2-run home run. Fouled off at the plate. A ball and 2 strikes.
It was a good swing by Marwin. Just enough cut on that fastball to get in on him a little bit. He was ready.
The Rangers and Astros in another tight one here. In fact, Astros' last 23 games, 16 have been determined by 2 runs or less. Houston, no stranger to close ball games. Off-speed pitch fouled off. A.J. Hinch been trying to do anything, whatever he can, to change things up, to break the funk that this team has been in this ballpark. Marwin hits that one down the left field line, and that is a fair ball. Marwin going into second base. He'll get there with a double. Marwin Gonzalez leading off here in the 7th inning with a 2-base hit.
Saw him earlier in the game take a fastball up and in and jacked it well foul. This one he does a better job of letting travel a little bit, still bringing the hands in, but keeps it fair. It's not easy to do on a cutter up and in. Good hustle getting into second base, and the leadoff man in scoring position early. Take advantage of the situations that are given to you.
Marwin's 10th double of the season, and he's on base for Carlos Gomez. Gomez has been the offense for the Astros tonight. 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning. In there for a strike. Marwin's going, swing, and it's fouled off at the plate. Marwin had a tremendous jump. Well, Hamels just didn't pay attention to him. Look how early he left. Great jump.
Yeah, I tell you what, Marwin's got a pretty good idea of what Hamels is doing on the mound, because he got a good jump on his first stolen base from first to second, going on that first move and realizing nobody was holding him on, kept creeping out there, got a good walking lead. Stole that base easy. Just wish Gomez could have held up.
The 0-2. Fouled back. Carlos hit his first home run over the weekend, hit his 2nd tonight. Astros trying to jump back into this series. Tied at 2 in the top of the 7th inning. Gomez reaches for that one and fouls it off the right side. Hamels hasn't lost any velocity, still at 92 miles per hour on his 104th pitch of the night.
It's got that nice, easy, fluid whip to that left arm.
About 85 degrees here in Arlington. The 0-2. That's inside. Almost hit him.
You love it, don't you?
I do. Never a dull moment, even taking an inside pitch. The ball and 2 strikes. In tight again. Hamels wanted it. Nothing doing. Let's see where it was. Inside. Oh, Elmo working the plate tonight.
See if that sets up the changeup. Stood Gomez up on a couple pitches. Maybe throw that changeup away. Hitters have a tendency to roll it over.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him swinging.
That's a big strikeout because the Astros were unable to move Marwin to third base. Get that leadoff double. You'd like to try and get that guy over to third base with less than 2 outs. But a great pitch, tripling up on that inside corner from Cole Hamels.
But now Tyler White will try it. White 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd. Flied out in the 5th. Average is now down to 214 for Tyler after that tremendous start to his career. That one hit up the middle. Marwin had to hold up to make sure he didn't get hit by the ball. And Tyler White with the single. Now it's first and third with 1 out. So that'll get the runner to third base with less than 2 outs.
Also give us a chance to look at our Lexus defensive ratings for the Texas Rangers. Just saw Ian Desmond out there in center field. Green light because he's a converted shortstop going out there into the outfield. So test him in that arm. Ryan Rua's in the same situation, but Mazar out there in right field. We saw yesterday on throw to third, Evan Gattis trying to go first to third. He did. Mazara had plenty of arm on it. Just the accuracy was a little bit of an issue. Tyler White. Ball hit well up the middle. They were playing him to pull a little bit. But Marwin had to hold his ground.
I think he thought Andrus may be right behind him.
I think he did too.
Astros 6, 7, and 8 hitters are doing the damage. All 4 Astro hits have come out of those spots. Now Doug Brocail will go out to the mound.
And that's good news for the Houston Astros, and the reason that's good is because it gives them the chance to turn this lineup over and get back to those 1, 2, 3 spots with runners on base. Usually leads to good things. We saw it yesterday with Altuve in the 3-run home run. George Springer, until he's been in this skid, has been doing a good job of driving some of those runners in that have been out there for him. This might have been a conversation between Doug Brocail and Cole Hamels, maybe saying, this could be your last hitter.
Tom Wilhelmsen is warming up for the Rangers. Marisnick, foul ball. They were looking at the safety squeeze. And now the question will be, did the ball hit him while he was out of the batter's box? And I think the answer is no.
That's a pretty immediate call from Paul Emmel, the home plate umpire. And this is the first and third situation we've seen a lot with the Astros. It originated with Joe Madden down in Tampa Bay, where it's a bit of a safety squeeze. Marisnick's trying to bunt this ball to first base, but it looked like there was a bit of a double tap on the bat, which led to that foul ball. Paul Emmel, I'm sure, heard it. 1, 2, still in the box, so we will get another shot at this. But that first and third is that safety squeeze. Marisnick trying to bunt that ball towards first base. If Marwin Gonzalez, the runner at third base, sees that ball bunted towards first, should have an easy shot to score on that.
Get together, talk it over.
You know, along with the replay, you're seeing a lot more of this these days too, where there's a lot more of a group effort to make these calls.
They got it right.
Kind of helps you spread blame a little bit too.
You're bad. So Marisnick now with an 0-1 count. Runners at first and third and 1 out. Play the infield back up the middle for the double play. And Marisnick right at Andrus, steps on the bag, and the double play ends the inning. Brett over through 6.5. We're tied at 2.
just $18 for more info. Visit Astros.com/book value or call 1-877-9-ASTROS. We've seen Dallas work 6 now after the 7th night, relying on that fastball so much, going to his off speed, and that's one of the things this Astros team knew coming in against the Rangers, saying this ball loves the fastball. They are hunting that fastball. They have to be able to spin the ball, pitch backwards, come with that off speed stuff in order to get this team out, guys.
Facing a guy that's very good against left-handed pitchers. Keuchel, 6 strong innings, 2 earned runs on 6 hits. Hasn't walked a batter, and he struck out 6. Correa gets a big first out here in the 7th inning. Rougned Odor is now 0 for 3.
Big first out on a first pitch off-speed pitch to go to Julius Point. Spinner of a slider in there. Not hit very hard. Good play by Correa, hustling in.
Talk about an economy of pitches. That was the 88th pitch of the game for Dallas Keuchel. Now Prince Fielder. Prince has struck out swinging in his first 2 at-bats. 2nd inning and the 4th. Jake Diekman begins to warm up for the Rangers. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Into that part of the game. A couple of starters who have been outstanding. Good pitch there and a swing and a miss. Get a piece of that?
It's a pretty good slider. I'd be impressed if he
so.
did.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's outside. Prince Fielder not offering at that one. Two balls, 2 strikes. Just did miss. Fill it at 3-2.
Pretty good pitch. Better job of laying off by Prince Fielder.
Same pitch and got him swinging.
A lot of numbers in this series that we can't explain. And do me a favor, look at the first couple numbers on Dallas Keuchel since 2014 against the Rangers. Pretty good, 74 1/3 innings, only giving up 5 home runs. Good strikeout to walk ratio, ground ball percentage higher than normal. Slugging percentage is under 400, yet that big number at the bottom, they create so many runs and take advantage of having all of those base runners.
6 of those 11 starts have been quality starts.
It's amazing. It just tells you when he's good, he's very good. When he gets beat around a little bit.
And ERA in those quality starts less than $1.25, 1.20. There's a single up the middle by Ryan Rua. So Rua on with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Elvis Andrus.
This is that part of the lineup that's been given Dallas Keuchel fits. Rua's 2nd hit on the evening in that 7-hole. He's done a good job against Elvis Andrus so far. He's 0 for 2. But Bobby Wilson, my goodness, 2 hits. One of those was a bomb.
To dead center field. Elvis Andrus stands in with 2 outs. A runner aboard. It's ahead in the count, 1-0. Strong outing so far for Dallas Keuchel. This is his 17th career start against the Texas Rangers. It's in there for a strike, 1-1. His 3rd start of this season against Texas. And a swing and a miss by Andrus. It's 1-2. inning started. Odor grounding out on the first pitch. Prince Fielder struck out for the third time tonight. And then Ryan Rua with a 2-out single. Runner goes, and the Rangers have Rua in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Good read by Ryan Rua.
It was good stop by Evan Gattis too. He's done a great job of throwing out base runners, but right here, really no opportunity. Looked like a bit of a delay, either that or great recognition on that ball in the dirt by Rua.
So Rua now leads away from second. Andrus swing and a miss, and Dallas Keuchel with his 8th strikeout of the night ends the 7th inning in a 2-2 game.
Straw poll, we were asking you about Carlos Correa and which of the walk-off go-ahead hits was your favorite here recently on these extra inning games. May 29th versus the Angels is the winner. That was the homer off the bench. His first ever pinch hit at bat in the big leagues was a 3-run bomb. It's Mike Warren, the Angels. Astros win that one in Anaheim. It's a pretty good one.
I love the super mode. That's,
you like that?
I do. You know what I like is the behind the pitcher.
Oh man, yeah.
You can really see the pitch recognition, the split finger. You can see the split. You can see the change up really well.
Yep.
See the grips. Jake Diekman comes into pitch here as Cole Hamels' night is done. 7 innings of 2-run, 4-hit baseball for Hamels. Struck out 4, walked 4. Jake Diekman on for the 27th time for the Texas Rangers. Left-hander delivers, and that's fouled back. Nice play in the stands.
Here's a look at Jake Diekman making his 27th appearance. We talked about how the bullpen is being taxed a little bit here in Texas. This guy's one of them. Fastball at 95 to 96 miles an hour, slider changeup. And he also came over in that Cole Hamels trade.
I looked at him and thought, man, he's tough on lefties. They're hitting $150. Righties aren't much better at 170.
Yeah, that total of 164 batting average against Jake Diekman. Crossfire at 95. Doesn't look like fun.
32,189 on hand for this one tonight. George Springer hanging tough at 2-2. Beautiful night for baseball here in North Texas. A lot of Astro fans making the trip north as well. Two delivery. Now Diekman can hurry it up there a little bit. That's a 96, might make it a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, I'm not going to recommend getting in the way of that.
The 3-2. And well wide, and the man aboard as George Springer, the leadoff man, is on. The Astros get the leadoff man on in the 8th inning for Jose Altuve. Jose 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out, hit into a double play. Was hit by a pitch back in the 6th inning. Astros 2-4-0. They've left 4. Rangers 2-7-0. They have left 3. Altuve, a guy who just excelled at every level of professional baseball, including the major leagues. Runner going, and that one's fouled off on the right side.
Seen some pretty good jumps from Astros base runners against a couple of left-handers in Hamels and Diekman now. As soon as that leg comes up, Diekman looks a little bit quicker to home plate.
The 0-2 from Diekman. In there for strike 3. Altuve goes down looking, and it'll bring up Carlos Correa.
Diekman not trying to trick anybody here, just a heater. Not too often you see Altuve having at bats like that.
Nope. So Correa, I like this matchup.
I like that you like it.
Good fastball hitter, they'll throw over. So Correa bats with 1 out. The pitch from Diekman, that's in there for a strike.
Good pitch to hit early in the count, too.
Throw over. Well, Diekman has been a big part of a bullpen that has been used liberally, to say the least, by Jeff Bannister. Not been afraid to go to it. Hamels goes 7 innings in this. We're in the 8th. Way outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Correa 262 coming into this game. 8 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Grounded out in the 1st. Walked in the 4th. Hit into a fielder's choice and reached in the 6th. So he's reached on 2 of his 3 plate appearances today. Now he's ahead in the count, 2-1.
This might be a good spot right here. Correa guess heater. Try and get the head out.
Now, Diekman does not look like a guy that's going to try to fool you a whole lot. He rears back and he brings some heat. Here's a pitch from Diekman.
Man.
94 miles an hour on the 2-seam fastball.
A couple of young big leaguers getting after it right there. Diekman challenged him. Correa had a good pass at it, just didn't square it up. Man.
Those 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Could be a matchup you see for years to come.
That one fouled back. Cole Hamels started, Diekman in relief. Both starting pitchers outstanding in this ball game.
Really was.
Yep. Got him with a high fastball. There's 2 outs.
It's pretty good. Not excellent command by Diekman, but it's still great velocity on that fastball. Tough to lay off.
So now Evan Gattis steps in with 2 outs and a man aboard. Gattis behind the plate tonight. He's catching. Grounded out in the 2nd inning. Going to do a double play in the 4th. Astros have hit into 3 double plays in this ballgame and flied out. That was in the 6th inning. Diekman working in relief here in the 8th. .25 strikeouts coming into this for Diekman at 20 2/3. .2-0 to Gattis. Good cut. Swung through it. It's 2-1.
Give a good chance to see why it's nice to have velocity as a pitcher. You can fall behind 2-0 and still just be able to reach back, pump 95 in there, and have the ability to get the swing and miss.
.2-1 with 2 outs. Got in on his hands, but it's 2-2. The crowd gets up. 32,000 on hand for this one tonight. The guy would like to see a big swing from Evan Gattis. Gattis, broken bat, hits that one into left field. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 2.
Telecast is presented by authority of Houston Astros, LLC, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Houston Astros, LLC.
With Jeff Blum and Julia Morales, Kevin Eschenfelder back with you, sitting in for Alan Ashby tonight, who is on the mend and will be back soon. Rangers and Astros tied at 2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Marwin moves over to first base. Valbuena has come in to play third base for the Astros as Dallas Keuchel works here in the 8th. That's low for ball 1. Bobby Wilson. There's a reason we are tied right now. His 3rd home run of the season. That solo home run came in the 5th inning. Tied it at 2. 2-4-0. The Astros have left 5. Texas 2-7-0. They have left 3. And that is an easy play for Correa, 1 away.
We're going to take a look at tonight's Quicken Loans Rocket Arms. Pitching leaders this season, Jose Fernandez, 9-2 with that 2.29 ERA, leads the National League with 110 strikeouts. Doing well in his last 8 games. Chris Archer, on the other hand,
won last night.
That's good news.
4th win of the season.
He leads the American League with those 88 punch outs.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Yes. The leadoff man, Jurickson Profar. 1 for 3. Singled in the 3rd. Hit on the ground, just foul from Valbuena. Dallas Keuchel, what a night tonight for him.
They needed this night out of Dallas Keuchel.
Yes, they did. I don't know if it's a psychological standpoint, but to get as much out of your starting pitching, I think it matters even more in a 4-game series.
I completely agree. Bullpen's been getting used. We talked about all the extra inning games. There's been a ton of 1-run games this season for the Houston Astros, using that bullpen in some high leverage situations. Looking like it's going to be another opportunity for that, but at least they're being pushed back a little bit.
Profar hits that one, and now Tuve just can't get to it. Right over the top of his glove, and he is on with a 1-out single. Just keeps on hitting.
Got that hot stick.
Where this ball is, down and away. That's out of the zone.
That is out of the zone, off the end of the bat. Again, if you're wearing a Texas Rangers uniform and you're in that batter's box, just reach out and touch it. Good chance it's going to end up a knock.
2nd hit of the night for Profar. He's 2 for 4. Brings up Ian Desmond. Desmond singled in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. In a 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 8th inning here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Desmond hits that one deep to center field. Gomez at the wall at the track, jumps. And it's a 2-run home run. Ian Desmond's 8th home run of the season puts the Rangers up 4-2.
Mostly at a loss for words just because I'm disappointed for Dallas Keuchel, pitching extremely well in this ball game. The offense hasn't picked him up in order to give him that lead. He's kept him in the ball game. And granted, it's only a 2-run lead. But man.
Now both home runs to dead center field. Gomez jumped for it at the wall, but couldn't quite get there.
Just snuck over that wall. Unbelievable.
That's a low ball to Mazzara. So Desmond with his 8th homer, now 37 runs batted in. Mazzara swings through that one. Astros led 2-0 in the second inning. Texas got one back in the bottom of the second. Rangers tied it in the fifth inning. Bobby Wilson with a solo home run, and then the 2-run home run by Ian Desmond here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Skips that one in. Carlos Gomez providing the offense for the Astros tonight. A 2-run home run, his second of the year. That one hit into right field, a single. See how close Gomez got to this in the end.
Just a changeup down. It really wasn't an awful pitch, but Ian Desmond went down and got it.
The ball hit right behind the center field wall. Bounced back for a moment. Made you think,
gosh,
that close. So now Dallas Keuchel's night is done.
Might be the biggest cheerleader on that Texas Rangers team, Jeff Bannister. My goodness.
Keuchel's night is done. Gregerson comes in. Back in a moment.
Win is going to be brought to you by Toyota Tundra. Dallas Keuchel on the evening pitched extremely well. Did exactly what he wanted to do, pitching backwards against a good fastball hitting team in the Texas Rangers. Kept a lot of those hitters off balance. Ended up with no walks, 8 punch outs. Only 2 real mistakes in this game have come back to hurt him. 2 home runs. One to Bobby Wilson, the big one to Ian Desmond.
Well, Gregerson came in last night as he gets the ball now. Lou Gregerson came in and pitched a perfect 7th inning. Struck out a pair in that one as he faces Adrian Beltre here in the 8th inning. 2-run home run by Ian Desmond has it at 4-2 Texas. Good pitch in into the hands of Beltre. He swings through it. 1-1. Gregerson appearing in his 28th game of the season. 0-1 with a 4.39 ERA. 2 balls and a strike. Vensky warms up. Azar leads away from first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 runs in. 2-1 to Beltre. Almost hit him. 3-1. Beltre singled and scored back in the second, grounded out in the fourth, hit into a double play in the sixth inning. One hopper to Valbuena. That one ate him up. It'll go into left field. It'll be an E5, and there's 2 runners aboard.
Yeah, it looked like Valbuena got caught on his heels a little bit. There's a good look at it. Big hop. You want to either try and go get that hop, or you want to try and back up a little bit and create that long hop to see it a little bit. Got stuck in between. Like you said, Esh, that ball ate him up.
But now first and second with 1 out.
You don't want to let this snowball.
Nope.
You want to get out of this
Get
inning and
right
get your
now.
offense
Absolutely.
up there. Still within reach.
2-run ball game. Rougned Odor steps in. Quiet night for Rougned Odor. 0 for 3. After driving in 3 last night. Struck out in the second. Grounded out in the fourth, and grounded out again in the 7th inning. On the first pitch of the 7th inning. Works ahead in the count here, 1-0. Now 2-0 with 2 men on. Bobby Wilson grounded out to lead off the inning. And Profar, solid single into center field. Ian Desmond followed with a 2-run home run. Mazzara with a single. He's at second base after Adrian Beltre reached on an E5. 10th hit of the night for the Texas Rangers. There's a swing and a miss. Mazzara coming up with that 10th hit of the night for Texas. This is just a good pitch right there.
Good sinker.
Keuchel pitched better than the numbers. 2-run home run he gives up to Ian Desmond. A tough pitch. Here's the pitch. Odor reaches out, spoils that one.
That was a look of a frustrated Dallas Keuchel in that dugout. Knowing he pitched extremely well in this ballpark to only give up 2 runs to a Texas Ranger team who swings the bat extremely well in this ballpark. Really wasn't an awful pitch to Ian Desmond. That might be the look of every Astro in that dugout right now.
Two and two, 1 out. There's a swing and a miss, and now there's 2 away for Prince Fielder. They have pitched Odor tough tonight. Slide piece got in underneath his hands.
Yeah, it was nice. I think it's just the sequence that you're seeing from Astros pitchers against Rougned Odor that's kind of tying him in knots.
Prince Fielder 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs. Rangers leading at 4-2 here in the 8th. Just missed outside. Obviously, it was a tough go for Gregerson as the closer. Now working here in the 8th inning. It's been a tough go. It's been a tough night tonight for Prince Fielder. The 2-0. Now it's 3-0. Brian Rua waits on deck. Rua with a couple of hits tonight. The 3-0 from Luke Gregerson. It's in there for a strike. Prince Fielder it's leaning towards first base. I thought that was off the plate.
Pretty good idea of the strike zone, and that was well off the plate.
That's ball 4. The bases are loaded.
That was a better pitch.
Gregerson wants to talk with Gaddis and take a look at the pitch. Gregerson trying to keep it right here at 4-2.
Again, we are not privy to conversations that go on inside that dugout. A.J. Hinch, you got a good look at him. He has that same frustrated look that Dallas Keuchel has. But he wanted to send his ace out on that mound in this 8th inning where things have unraveled with that swing from Ian Desmond. But that's where the conversation happens between coaches. Brent Strom, I'm sure, in on the conversation. Do you go to the bullpen? Who do you go to in the bullpen? Do you let Dallas go back out there?
Rua's the 8th man to bat here in this inning. Strike 1.
That's what makes this game so tough, because you want to have your best option out there, and was it Dallas Keuchel at that time? And I'm sure the way A.J. Hinch saw Dallas Keuchel pitching in this ball game, he felt that Dallas Keuchel was the best option in this 8th inning.
It's a weak swing by Rua. Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2.
And we've talked about how this bullpen has been taxed over the season. You don't know how fresh some of those arms are out there in that bullpen. Who's available, because they have been going to them so often and frequently in some high leverage, tight situations.
The 0-2, and he got it. So the Rangers leave them loaded, but they get a big 2-run home run from Ian Desmond, and the lead going to the 9th, 4-2. Houston Astros baseball on Root Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Statue of Nolan Ryan as we go to the 9th inning. Texas Rangers leading Houston 4-2 with that 2-run home run by Ian Desmond in the bottom of the 8th inning. Turn it over to their closer, Sam Dyson, who appears for the 31st time this season.
Done a good job taking over that closer role. 7 saves out of 8 opportunities. That whip under 1. Kid throws hard. He's got a good firm sinker down in the zone. Can also pull a string with a pretty good changeup to go with it.
Took over the closer job on May 18th. He's gone 1-0 with a 1.86 ERA, and he has converted 5 for 5 in save situations. He faces Colby Rasmus here in the 9th, and that's in for a strike. 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
See some pretty wicked movement on it too. Colby raising his arms up as if it's going to be inside. It sinks back over the plate.
That's off the plate. Evens the count at 1-1. Keiko went 7 1/3. Gave up 4 earned runs on 10 hits. Struck out 8. Did not walk a batter. The 2 home runs. Solo shot to Bobby Wilson and a 2-run home run to Ian Desmond. That's hit, laced into the corner. And Rasmus with a leadoff 2-base hit here in the 9th inning. That'll bring Marwin to the plate with nobody out as the tying run in this ball game.
There's a start. There's a changeup at 88 miles an hour. Colby did a good job of waiting back on it. The hands were in a great spot. Recognized and just dropped the barrel on it. Off to the races goes Colby. What you'd like to see right here is Marwin Gonzalez do the same exact thing and watch these guys trade places a couple times to get the Astros back in this game.
Good start in the 9th. As Marwin steps in now from the left side. Marwin singled back in the 2nd inning, doubled in the 7th. He's got a 2 for 3 night working. Hamill started for Texas, gave way to Diekman after working 7 innings. Diekman worked the 8th, and now they turn it over to the right-hander Dyson here in the 9th. Marwin showing bunt. It's 2-0. Beltre is going to come over and have a word with Sam Dyson.
Gotta love the glove talk.
I just love the way, Adrian Beltre is a guy that looks like he enjoys playing the game.
Absolutely.
Plays it with a smile on his face.
He's got a good handle on things too. Going out there in a 2-0 count, settle down Sam Dyson, say, hey, do your stuff.
That's in there for a strike, 2-1.
Pretty good pitch to hit in a 2-0 count.
Rasmus led off the 9th with a double in the right field corner. He stands at 2nd with nobody out for Marwin Gonzalez. Fouled away at the plate. The Astros made a switch in that last inning, so Valbuena will be batting in Tyler White's spot. Gomez waits on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the 9th. Texas leading 4-2.
Down by multiple runs, all you're trying to do as an offense is try and get base runners on, put pressure on that defense to make plays and allow possibly a ball in the gap, score a couple runs, or in this case with the Houston Astros, we saw it some last year how late in ball games if they had multiple runners on, still got guys with the ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark late in that lineup.
That's fouled off at the plate. 2-2, it stays. Dyson his 31st appearance. 1.88 ERA. Marwin trying to solve him now from the left side. There's a swing and a miss. Got him on the pitch just off the plate. And there's one out.
The delivery of the game is delivered to you by Jimmy Johns. Carlos Gomez, only 2 runs on the board for the Houston Astros, came off the bat of Carlos Gomez with the runner on. Got a breaking ball from Cole Hamels and launched it over the fence in left field. Tell you what, I wouldn't be mad if he did that again right here.
I'm all for it. Sam Dyson grew up in Tampa, went to Jesuit High School, the same high school that produced Lance McCullers, albeit they're 5 years difference in age.
Pretty good arms.
Well, Tampa's put some players in the big leagues.
Yeah, they have.
Originally a 4th round draft pick of the Toronto Blue Jays in 2010. Carlos Gomez a swing and a miss. Gomez with a 2-run home run has the Astros on the board.
Another aggressive hack. And that is a full body swing.
One ball and 2 strikes. Not going to get cheated.
Well, I think we all know what's on his mind.
The 1-2 from Dyson. Missed upstairs. 2-2.
What was interesting about that home run at bat for Carlos Gomez is he was a little bit more patient early on in the count. Actually saw a couple pitches from Cole Hamels before he got that breaking ball that he was able to hit.
Last pitch was 98 miles an hour here on the gun in the stadium. There's a swing and a miss, and it's fouled at the plate. Beg your pardon?
Just able to get a piece of that.
A lot of moving parts there.
Yeah, luckily Wilson didn't hold on to that.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the 9th. Texas leads 4-2. Now Bueno waits on deck. That's outside. Count goes full at 3-2. The 3-2. And he walked it.
Maybe some of those swings intimidated Dyson a little bit. Didn't want to get near the strike zone.
It was a 98 mile an hour pitch. Off the plate. Now the Astros with 2 on, 1 out for Luis Valbuena.
Doesn't look like Dyson is even trying to throw that hard either. That ball just jumps out of his hand.
Valbuena went 2 for 4 last night. Really turned things around since May 1st after a terrible start. The average now up to 233. The 6 home runs and 17 runs batted in. He represents the go-ahead run in a 2-run game. Now Tony Kemp will come into the on-deck circle for the Astros. Those fans want something happy to go home thinking about tonight. That's a low ball. Valbuena ahead in the count 1-0.
Good take, tough spot coming in on defense. Had that error in the last inning. Now he's got an opportunity to keep this lineup moving along with a base hit, driving a run.
2-0.
But in a 2-0 count against a guy that throws pretty hard, I'm sure Valbuena is keying on one pitch right now. If it's in his happy spot, he is going to let it go. The key in these situations is stay within yourself, not overswing.
And Valbuena will step out.
Good move. Everybody needs to settle down. Wilson going out there, understanding that Dyson's been a little wild, having thrown some good pitches to get ahead of Gomez and ended up walking him.
Veteran move by Wilson, too. You can be in a good rhythm and you can be in a bad rhythm, too. You don't want to break a good rhythm, and obviously you want to break a bad rhythm. Two 2-0 here in the top of the 9th inning. One out with 2 men on. Valbuena fouls that one off.
It's okay. First AB of the game for Valbuena. Get that swing out of the way. Just a strike. Still in control of the count. He has to come in the zone. Does not want to fall behind 3-1. But at the same time, I'm not sure there's much panic in Dyson knowing he has 95 plus in that right arm.
Came in at third base. Marwin moved over to first, and Tyler White left the game. Did that in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. 3 balls and a strike. A patient at bat for Luis Valbuena. Again, Tony Kemp standing in the on-deck circle. That one hit, a base hit. 1 run will score. Rasmus comes around. Gomez goes to third, and the Astros are within a run. Huge knock by Luis Valbuena, and it's 4-3.
Great AB. Not trying to do too much. Like we said, just keep this lineup moving. Got a run on the board. You've got that tying run now at third base. Winning run is at first base. Great AB by Luis Valbuena.
Well, now Tony Kemp will bat for Marisnick.
That's a pretty healthy bat flip, too. Oh boy, Louis. It's good recognition by Colby. Again, that run means nothing. But I like the fact that Gomez got all the way to third base, 90 feet closer to tying this ball game up.
That's a big part of it as he gets to third with less than 2 outs.
And I think the conversation right here might be Jeff Bannister out there talking situation right here as far as how they're going to play the defense. Tony Kemp, little guy from the left side, able to slash the ball all over the place, but at the same time, it's a first and third situation. We've already seen Jake Marisnick make an attempt for the safety squeeze here by bunting that ball towards first base to get that run in. It might be a similar situation where Tony Kemp is asked to do a similar thing, try and bunt that ball towards first base and give Gomez a chance to score that tying run.
Playing the infield back up the middle, corners in. Tony Kemp obviously a tough guy to double up. Here's the pitch to Kemp.
Oh, he called it.
There for he called it for a strike.
Left it out there quite a while, long enough for Paul Emmel to call it.
It's a big pitch for Dyson to get ahead. He did call it. Runners on the corners, 1 out here in the 9th. Rasmus led off with a double. Tony Kemp slashes that one down the left side.
Tony Kemp, a rookie, getting a quick understanding of what this rivalry means. Has an opportunity here to tie this up. Give Houston some more life.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And now 2 away for George Springer.
It's tough. You get in this situation as a young guy, you want to let those guys in the dugout know you're trying to battle for them. Sometimes you have a tendency to chase pitches out of the zone there. You saw all 3 pitches from Dyson, who's had issues controlling that fastball here late in this ball game. 3 wide ones, Kemp chased.
Keep pitching that at bat with strike one.
Yep, get ahead early.
Kemp couldn't pull the bat back. Got behind in the count after fouling one off, and Dyson punches him out. And now George Springer trying to come up big here. He's 0 for 2 and 0 for his last 11. In there for a strike. Oh, 2. Astros are down to a strike. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's off the plate. Tough take. It's 1-2. Rasmus led off the inning with a double. He scored. Walked by Gomez. Valbuena with an RBI single. And now the count even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 men on in a 1-run game. 4-3 Texas here in the 9th. Just did get a piece.
Good job by George. Try and center that focus back up the middle of the field here, knowing that a base hit scores that tying run easy and moves Valbuena into scoring position.
The 2-2. Got him. The Astros get a run in the 9th, but come up a run short. And the run continues for the Texas Rangers. Now 12 in a row over Houston at Globe Life Park.
And these last 2 have been absolutely gut-wrenching for this ball club. Walk-off win last night for the Rangers against the Astros. Tonight, close it out with the tying run on third base.
Astros lose it 4-3.